didn't know that? This was the visitors' locker room, correct? Yeah. This is all we had right here. Back in the day. Back in the day. There was a very good series we played here. What year was that with the Spurs one? 4? No, this was early. This was like Chris Paul, Tyson Chandler. 8? Yeah, and we played a game 7 here. Yeah. And then we got stuck. We had to go play the Lakers. Play a Laker team, and we got stuck on the tarmac. I think we actually slept the night on the plane. And they brought in some beignets. I think there might have been some beignets all over that Delta flight. So, anyway.
I was here that night as a fan, so thanks for bringing that back up. I think your last year in Charlotte, you guys led the league in corner threes. This year, we're 29th. Is that something that you would like to see added to this offense as you continue to move forward?
Yeah, I think threes in general, yes. You know, obviously I love the corner three. I value the corner three. It's probably the best three you're going to find. So yes, we got to find more. Everybody says, how do you do this? How did you do it there? It was done out of spacing and an ability to get downhill and draw that weak side corner. I mean, that's really how you do it. You could do it a couple different ways, but ultimately you got to get the ball downhill and kick the ball for that corner three. Some you can get in the early kick ahead in transition. You'll get a couple of those, but most corner threes are coming out of some type of penetration, low man's pulling kick out. That's where we got to be better in our spacing and our ball movement to generate that type of spacing.
Herm has drawn a couple of tough defensive assignments last 2 games from Jones, and I know he's going to get another one tonight. Holding guys way below their averages. Do you think that's affected the other side of the floor?
Well, I mean, it has to in general. The amount we're allowing, we're putting on him defensively, but he's been doing this his whole career, right? This is nothing new for him. We're not asking more of him defensively. I mean, this guy was first team all defense last year, so he's accustomed to this. But it puts a lot of strain on him to go out and do this every night. It's hard to do it back-to-back, especially, right? You got to go from Curry to Shea, and then, I don't know, do you want him on Murray or Jokic tonight? Maybe you can guard them both, I don't know. He's incredible. So any great player that's guarding defensively, it's got to probably take a little bit of them on the offensive end, right? It's just part of being a human being. It's nothing tricky. So, but for us to even have a semblance of a good defense, he has to go do that. He has to anchor it for us, right? He has to lead the charge defensively. Now, other people have to join the party at a higher level, but he can't waver from that.
You've had a lot of issues with injuries, but I'm wondering, going forwards from here, where can your team improve the most, on offense or defense?
Well, certainly on both. I mean, there's definitely some low-hanging fruit on both ends. I mean, there's certainly on both ends of the floor. I think the number one thing for me, Chris, is you got to anchor the defense. We got to get more of a presence defensively. It's just a knock in the gut if you're bleeding too many easy points, giving up a 45 point quarter. It's deflating to your group. So, number one, we got to get the defense under control. And part of that is if we're running better offense and we're scoring, that's going to help us too, right? Getting a Zion back should help our offense. It's not rocket science here, So if we're scoring, we're more efficient, we're not turning it over, that's going to help our defense. But we collectively as a group have to lock into being more committed defensively for sure. And it starts on the board. Like it's really, if we handle the board too, that's a big part of it. So rebounding on the defensive end is big.
Is Zion going to be available tonight, or do you know yet?
He'll do his warm-up right now, and then I think we'll have an answer here soon.
Has he had any type of setback or anything? I'm asking because he's been questionable for 3 games now.
No setbacks I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of, yeah.
And what about Sadiq?
Sadiq, same thing. He's going through, I just saw him, he's going to go through some warm-ups. He did go through shoot-around, so I'm very hopeful there.
Back-to-back games, though, you come out slow in the first quarter and then dominate the second quarter. What are you learning from these?
You got to flip that, you got to flip that. We got to find more aggression in the first quarter. If we just sit back on our heels right now as a team, that these guys will pick us apart. They're just too, especially the type of units we played the last 3 nights. if we just allow them to come down, run their patterns, it's pretty, it's been pretty simple for them, and they've been hot. So I think we flipped the script in both games. I think held 1-20, 1-18, two very good teams, very good offenses, and we did that with just more aggression, overall aggression, and how do we manufacture more of that in the first quarter? And that's my job. We got to go do that, So we got to get off to a more aggressive start in the first quarter, not wait to till they sub to turn this thing.
I don't think there's been an opposing player mentioned with the Pelicans as much as Jokic because of Derek Queen. What's the value in getting him minutes on the court face to face against Nikola Jokic?
Well, I think he's looked up to this guy for many years, and he'll get a crack at him tonight. It's awesome. It's going against the guy that you have great respect for, and you mimic your game after. So I'm excited to watch him compete against him. Number one, this can't be a go out there and be in awe of this guy. You got to go compete against him. This is not 2K or whatever. What do they play? All the 2K stuff. This ain't 2K. You got to go compete tonight. And that's the goal here. You got to go impose your will and be aggressive and not sit back. And this is a challenge for young guys. The guy that stands out for me, everybody that plays against LeBron does this. All the rookies for us, they go play against LeBron. It's like, it's almost surreal. I guarantee you there'll be a surreal moment tonight for Derek Queen when he's got to go chest to chest with Jokic. I'm actually on him. But that's the growth. That's the beauty. And I want him to build those are the habits, the way he plays, the effort he plays with, the tenacity, the IQ. Those are things that we gotta pick up on. Take care. All right.
With Carlo, do you kind of see that as an injury that's more day-to-day, or do you think with the calf, that's something that y'all might try to be more careful with?
Carlo calf, yeah, I think you got to be careful with that. I'm not the medical guy, but it's kind of what are we calf strain, yeah.
And there's kind of been discussion.
And he's been good, by the way.
Yeah,
He's been good.
and there's been a discussion going on lately about the injuries that are piling up almost every team, and how much if the style of play is affecting that, or the schedule. I guess, do you have any opinion about if this is a trend that's even more than you've seen before, and if there's any that are just kind of leading to it?
Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I have not studied this. I'm just an observer of this game. The pace these guys are playing at, the number of possessions end to end, asking their bodies to do this night after night, back to backs. It's got to be a tremendous amount of pressure on these bodies. I don't have any evidence. I can just go off the eye test and what the guys, what we're asking them. They're human beings. I mean, this is a lot more possession and a lot higher pace game. I would think there's got to be some type of factor, but I don't have evidence to prove that. It's just a theory that I have. So I think Steve Kerr made a comment about it or something. I didn't read the whole comment, but I think it's got to take a toll on these guys. What's going to be interesting to see if this year the pace continues to stay where it's at. Are we just in the NBA and the basketball? Are we just going to continue to see pace continue to go up and points continue to go up? Are we going to level out a little bit? I don't know. It feels like you can only push the human body so far, but I don't know. I guess we're going to try.
In the half court, Denver's been really effective playing sort of split action stuff with Jokic at the elbows. What kind of tough spots does that put you in as far as decision-making defensively?
It's a tremendous amount of pressure because he tends to just find the one advantage and you're cooked, right? So you got to try to be aggressive on him. He doesn't make poor decisions out there. He'll find the open man. They split cut. They move off ball. Hopefully we can get there someday with our spacing and our ball movement. Queen's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that can create. But they put you in rotations a ton. We had a lot of trouble in Denver a couple of weeks ago. They picked us apart at the elbow. So we got to mix it up on him. We got to be more physical. And then they put you in so many scramble modes. I think that's a growth area for us as a team. It's just when you are beat, when they do gain an advantage, now what? Do you just put your head down and not compete, or can you get back involved and have a teammate cover for you again and not give up a layup? So we're definitely going to be challenged there tonight.
James, you mentioned that Sadiq went through shoot-around. Did Z also participate through
Yes.
shoot-around?
Yes.
And also, first quarters, talked about it enough. How much thought and preparation has gone into hopefully changing that tune tonight?
Well, significant amount. You know, we talked about how do we start as the aggressor tonight, you know, and I got to